Okay, chat. Why am I down here? Why am I not in the top corner? It is a lot of your guys' favorite time going through some Marvel Rivals TikToks submitted by you guys. Without you guys, I'd never be able to do this content because like I just don't have enough eyes or ears or hands or whatever. So if you see funny, cool, stupid, ridiculous, good take, bad take, whatever TikToks, throw them in my Discord. My mods will go through it. There's nothing that, make sure there's nothing in there that's gonna get me banned or DMCA'd, and then I'll take a look at it on stream. So if you enjoy this content and you want to see more of it, that's how you do it. That's how you'll see more. All right, first up, we got this one. I want to talk about Captain America. Oh God. If you're wondering why there's a million tabs, listen, I've had a lot of videos that I want to watch and I don't want to forget them, all right? And they keep piling up. And so I don't have anywhere to put them. So they stay up there until I work my way through them.
All right, let's talk about Captain America mains. You ever see someone pick a character and immediately start acting like they're the last line of defense between civilization and total collapse? That's a Cap main. They don't just play Captain America, they become him. This isn't just about winning matches. No, this is about duty, honor, and making sure you understand that they are better than you morally, strategically, and spiritually. You're just here to game. They're here to serve.
Yeah, what's the issue?
To a Cap main, locking in their character is not a casual decision. It's a full-time career with no breaks. They don't log on, they clock in, and trust me, they are dedicated. They don't care about rank, battle passes, or cosmetics. This isn't about the rewards.
Hang on, wait a minute, that's not true. That's not totally true, the cosmetic part. They definitely care about the cosmetic. If there's anything Captain America players care about, it's the drip.
The message. Every shield throw, that's not just a move. That's an oath. Every block, that's a moral stand. Every charge, that's an unwavering commitment to truth, freedom, and pure justice. Of punching enemy supports in the face non-stop. And speaking of supports, oh, you thought you were getting healed? That's adorable. See, Captain America mains have one mission, and that mission is to personally hunt down and eliminate the enemy supports at all costs. They're not protecting the team. They're not peeling for their own healers. No, no, no. Cap has abandoned all responsibilities.
You know, I don't know how anyone can dislike Captain America or Captain America players. You're telling me you dislike freedom? I made my tier list about the red flag, green flags, and the amount of people are like, oh my God, you're glazing Captain America. You're goddamn right. Who doesn't, you're not glazing freedom? What are you, a communist? What the f is this?
Except for taking out that rocket across the map. Meanwhile, you're over here, getting obliterated, spamming, I need healing. But your support is too busy getting verbally and physically assaulted by the walking embodiment of freedom. And let's talk about the grind. Because Captain
America trash? Not wrong. We're talking about freedom. We weren't talking about America. We're talking about freedom.
Mains work.
We're talking about Cap. We're not talking America. We're talking about Cap. Don't get twisted.
For their eliminations. Every single kill requires calculated effort, discipline, and sheer American determination. So when a Cap main finishes a match with an 8-2 KD, they don't see that as just 8-2. That's 30-2 minimum.
Real.
Capflation, a special economic system where every stat is automatically inflated by sheer willpower and national.
So this is where that originated, because I was wondering why everyone was saying adjusting for capflation when I did my tier list on like how good the hero is, like right now, whatever, is like adjust for capflation. I was wondering where it came from. Now I know.
Their stats are adjusted based on how much sweat and patriotism was required to secure an elimination. At the end of the day, Captain America mains are the most dedicated players in Marvel Rivals.
You're goddamn right.
It's a lifestyle.
Keep up the good work, Captain America players.
Humans that, who cares? The moon is watching us and nobody is talking about that. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, but I'm not because I ran out of crazy pills. I need more. When am I getting paid? Humans this, humans that.
Chat, I can't show you, I don't know where it is, but I saw a TikTok one time of like Moon Knight and Spider-Man fighting together. And Spider-Man's trying not to get him to kill someone. And he was like, convince him to not do it. And then he was like, wait. And he had like an epiphany. And so he just starts going, what's that, Moon? What's that? You want me to save her? You want me to save the girl? And Moon Knight's like, what's the moon say? What did they say? And he's like, oh, the moon was telling me we can't kill her. We need to save her. And like he completely just manipulates him into doing what he wants by just pretending he can listen to the moon. And it was quite possibly one of the greatest clips I've ever seen.
Marvel Rivals.
I don't know what movie or show it was from, but it was fantastic. And if you haven't seen it, then yeah. All right, next.
Marvel Rivals has a ghost dog. This is Bats. He's a very good boy, and I'm sure a lot of people are curious where he came from, so let's talk about him. Before Bats was a dead dog, he was an alive dog, as it usually works, and he first met Dr. Strange when Steven was a vet. Yes.
Wait, so he's Strange's dog?
Dr. Strange was a veterinarian for a little while. It was not at a great time for him. He had lost the title of Sorcerer Supreme. Everything was going downhill, but he was getting by, and this is how he was doing it.
Wait, the title of Sorcerer Supreme is granted or taken away? By who? Is there a council? Who the actually gets this? I thought that was just like a nickname, you know what I mean? Like people just decide to call him that, and that's his name now. There's actually, wait a minute, hang on. I was trolling. There actually is a council? You know what I also do love? How like all the characters in Rivals or Marvel all have pets. I think that's cool. You do not know ball. Yeah, I know. Do you feel better now that you typed that? That's the point of like learning. That's the point of like asking questions. You should try it sometime. All right, let's continue, sorry.
Bats ended up in Steven's care long-term as he had a heart condition and nobody would adopt him. He was just a regular dog, though, up until Steven cast a spell on him that allowed him to speak English, but otherwise normal dog. Bats was Steven's companion for a time, living in the Sanctum Sanctorum, but eventually the Sanctum was invaded by Loki, and the resulting conflict got Bats so riled up that his heart gave out entirely, and he unfortunately died. This was, of course, not Loki's intention at all. He was just doing his thing, trying to get some more magical power, and the God of Mischief felt so bad about accidentally killing Doctor Strange's dog that he began to look for a solution to the problem that he had accidentally caused. This solution came in the form of returning Bats to the material plane as a ghost. As a spirit...
I kind of respect the hell out of that, though. You know what I mean? If, like, he felt so bad that he brought the ghost back, or brought him back from the dead as a ghost, like, A for effort. You know what I mean? Like, I'd still be pissed, but it goes from, like, I want to kill you pissed to, like, you, man. You know what I mean?
Spirit, Bats' existence is pretty much the same as it was before in a lot of ways. He still lives with Steven in the Sanctum, and now he's just maybe even a little bit more on brand for his surroundings.
Wait, now because he can talk, he doesn't have to pee? He doesn't have to eat. Wait, can he still eat snacks, though? Wait, if you give him treats, can he eat the treats? Or is there no more treats? Is there ghost treats? Like, how do you let him know he's a good boy, other than telling him he's a good boy? They need to have treats. Is ghost treats a thing? I might be looking into this too much.
He does have some minor ghost abilities, floating, passing through objects, and even possessing people on occasion, which is actually incredibly useful.
Huh?
And he remains a constant and loyal companion to this day. I'm very happy to say that Bats is a super popular character among Magic Marvel fans especially. He's relatively recent, first appearing in 2017, but he has remained appearing regularly since then, and I don't think he's going anywhere. Like, Doctor Strange has a dog in current canon now, and that will stick around. And making all...
Wait, that means he probably can go on more trips, right? Because you wouldn't want to bring your dog to go fight Thanos, right? But, like, you could bring your ghost dog. Like, what's he gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, what's he gonna do to the ghost dog?
This even better is the fact that Bats does interact with other superheroes on a pretty regular basis. He is buddies with Wolverine, who apparently does bring Bats beer on occasion, which he probably shouldn't do, but on the other hand, he's already dead, so what harm could it cause? And Bats is also
so he can take treats! Okay.
Huge fan of Spider-Man, leading to one of my favorite pages in all of Marvel history. I'll take my face off the screen for a second so you can more easily screenshot and zoom in and read this whole thing if you would like, but...
He talks? That's so cool. Steven, why don't you tell me how to ghost dog? Can I pick him up? I'm intangible. Hey, wow, you're Spider-Man, huh? Wow, never met a real-life superhero before. You met the Avengers and the Midnight Suns not 2 weeks ago. You met Sentry. You live with me. Right. Right. But man, Spider-Man, huh? This charming dead dog makes a lot of sense, Strange. Said Zelma, if you'll excuse me for a moment. Yeah. Okay, just one moment. Bye, Ghost Dog. Bye, Spider-Man!
But basically, it amounts to Bats being a fan of Spider-Man above every other superhero. Peter,
Mogged by dog,
absolutely loves this, and Steven being Steven is very annoyed by it, making the entire action just perfect. And this is also canon with the Rivals version of the character. There's an interaction you can have where Bats tells Spider-Man that he thinks J. Jonah Jameson is way too hard on him. Little sidebar here, but the amount of comics references and Easter eggs that are in Marvel Rivals has not ceased to amaze me yet. NetEase seems to have so much more genuine love and appreciation for the original media than the MCU by orders of magnitude. But back to Bats himself, like I said a minute ago, he is definitely here to stay. Recently, Bats teamed up with a bunch of other Marvel dogs for a little crossover, so Marvel absolutely knows that people love this character.
Is this the Animal Marvel League that people told me exists?
Because one more time, Bats is an incredibly good boy. Now, Marvel Rivals, if you want a challenge, make him playable. I'll be waiting. Marvel Rivals.
Want to make him playable? Wait, that would be pretty sick, probably. Why is he so chunky? Ah, come on now. We all know that's not the actual experience. Now the experience is it lands there, it instantly dies. Or someone screams a swap.
That fucking hurt. Good riddance.
Also, this one might have been more quiet. I didn't realize. Okay, this is the experience. Okay, the end. That is absolutely the correct experience.
Nah, yo, hold my poodle. Hold my poodle. Hey, yo, what's up? Y'all got a problem? Y'all want some of this? You want some of this, punk? What? What, boy, what? I take the both of you. Nah, yo, hold my...
Real.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
Why couldn't this happen to Emong when he tried to do it to me? Emong always was trying to throw my ass off the map. I don't know what I did, but like, for some reason. Again.
I'll ask an important question. Why does everyone hate Jeff the Land Shark? Ask most people and they're going to tell you he's annoying, followed by sending you a video of him biting the curb, or getting punted into the sun by the Hulk. You see, I think there's more to it than that. See, despite the fact that he's just a cute little guy, I don't want to give him a hug, I believe Jeff is the reincarnation of a great and sinister evil that has plagued us since 2016, and I can prove it. Let me lay this out for you. Jeff is an outwardly cute design using a blue and white colour scheme. But despite his mass appeal, he is treated as Satan himself by the broader community. He's hated largely due to an obnoxious CC mechanic which he can use to over not only the enemy team, but also his own team.
Right.
His primary fire is a blue beam, and his right click
Was that a Maywall?
over not only the enemy team, but also his own team.
Elite. Elite reference.
His primary fire is a blue beam, and his right click is a projectile with a surprisingly high amount of damage.
I didn't know it splashed that far.
Yeah, you can see where I'm going with this. Jeff is the reincarnation of May Overwatch, who
I should have seen this coming.
has transferred her soul from a dying game into this adorable little guy to continue spreading pain and suffering through the broader community. I don't give a because he's just a cute little guy. I don't care if he commits a couple crimes. I want to ask you.
I hadn't considered that. It's kind of not wrong. You throw in the Luna team up, all of a sudden he's kind of got the freeze. You know what I mean? The right click's kind of the same shape as the May Icicle. The only difference is the heal beam is water versus the May freeze being ice. What if you made like a freeze version of Jeff? Would it just be May? It's annoyingly accurate. I'm just more annoyed with myself that I haven't considered this as a possibility. It is. It actually. You know what? I didn't expect to have my mind blown this badly this early in the day. Come on now.